Time for a segment we call Perk's Proclamations. Kendrick Perkins, give us your first one on Wemby and the Spurs.
Wemby and the Spurs. Here we go. Victor Wembanyama. Not only is he has entered the MVP conversation, but this man is on the mission. That mission is to lead this team to an NBA championship. And I'm not talking about next year or the year after next. I'm talking about right now. He believes that he can lead this team to an NBA championship. This team believes in him. I believe that he could be the best player against any player in the 7-game series.
Wendy, it's been a nice season, a good story. Do you actually think they could be a title team?
They're a contender. This goes against two rules that I have, Peter. It's hard for me to believe in a team that's never won a playoff series all of a sudden winning 4. But I've gone head-to-head with Perk on that for weeks now. I don't want to put any ceiling on Victor Wembanyama. So as I look at their team, they're not a great three-point shooting team, and they have the experience. I don't know if their team is ready, but Victor's ready. Can I split the baby that way?
We can do it. That's fine. That works. We'll settle with that one. Perk, how about a proclamation for the Eastern Conference?
Oh, I'm going with the team that's leading the Eastern Conference in the standings. A rising young superstar that's on the that's looking like looking like a top 5 player, Cade Cunningham. The Detroit Pistons are going to the NBA Finals this year. They're the only team, in my opinion, in the East that has a real, true identity night in and night out, and that is physicality. All across the board. It's not just the two horses that are anchored in the middle in Durant and Stewart, but the perimeter play, and they also have a great vet who doesn't mind being big time in the moment in Tobias Harris. I love what I'm seeing with this team. They have a chip on their shoulder. The coach and JB Bickerstaff have a chip on their shoulder. The Detroit Pistons are the real deal. They're going to the NBA Finals.
Wendy, they've been the 1 seed in the East basically the whole season. Do you think they are the favorites to be in the finals?
They should be the favorites, but they're actually not the favorites. DraftKings says that the Cavs remain the narrow favorites, and that's because the money is not coming in on a team that doesn't have experience. I will say Perk is correct that they definitely have an identity. They play the exact same way every night, and that should treat them well in the postseason. What I'm not sure is how well Cade Cunningham is going to handle facing postseason game plans where they're going to try to force the ball out of his hands. But I can't disagree with Perk. I think the Pistons have a great chance to make the finals.
Okay. Perk, give us one last proclamation, and let's go to La La Land. What do you got out of L.A.?
That that ceiling is a second-round exit, and we saw why last night. The word around town in the NBA is that if you have elite perimeter play, guards that could put the ball in the bucket, that you're going to beat the Lakers in great fashion. We saw that with Peyton Pritchard. We saw that with Jaylen Brown. They were searching out Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, and this caused a bigger problem for the Lakers long term. Is Austin Reeves and Luka your future for as the guys that you could build around to win a championship? Two guys that doesn't really get down and slide those puppies defensively. The Lakers ceiling is second round, but I'm willing to jump off the porch and say I wouldn't be surprised if they get bounced in the first round.
Wendy, I'm watching that game last night, and all season it's been just wait till Reeves, Luka, and LeBron are all together. Once they're all together, things are going to be different. The Celtics just absolutely whooped them. What would you say about the Lakers right now, where they're at?
Yeah, the problem with that big three is that when they have been together, which has almost never been the case over the last 2 seasons, the Lakers have routinely gotten run off the court. It's like what Perk said. They have trouble defending with those 3 guys out there. They rank 24th in defense in the league this year. J.J. Redick has tried some things recently. He's tried to play more zone. He's changed up some of the guys he's using, but they've been short-term fixes. A team that's that poor defensively is going to need a favorable matchup. There are some matchups out there that potentially favor them. Like maybe they would play Houston that doesn't have tremendous offensive guard play, but that Houston presents some other problems. So the Lakers are an imperfect team that has star players, so you give them a chance in any game, but in any series, they're going to have some challenges.
All right, meanwhile, on planet Earth, I want you to go to the NBA with one rivalry to another. Lakers-Celtics out in La La Land. And there's Jaylen Brown, who I don't think a lot of people expected to be in the MVP conversation once we knew that Tatum was out, and yet here we are, and that's Peyton Pritchard just putting Jared Vanderbilt on skates. How about that for a tie-in? Vanderbilt goes down, Peyton Pritchard, then at the end of the half, Jaylen Brown kicks it back to him. Pritchard off the bench would have 30 in this game. He nails the three at the buzzer. Lakers would honor Pat Riley with a statue at halftime. The entire Showtime team is there. Kareem and Magic and Byron Scott. And they tried to get something going at the start of the third quarter. Here's LeBron, lefty layup to the hole, cuts it within 10. But too much Jaylen Brown. Look at this move. Austin Reeves, get off of me. Hits the shot from the elbow. And then the dagger here. This is Derek White, Jaylen Brown, crossover. Austin Reeves, too slow to get to him. Nails it. Jaylen Brown would have 32, 8, and 7. And after the game, reporters asked LeBron James his thoughts on Jaylen Brown's performance.
Listen, JB is doing, he's playing great basketball, man. And you can't fault his, this whole MVP thing. I don't understand why his name is not getting talked about some as well. Like, nobody gave him a shot to start the season. And he's having, 30?
Yeah, just under.
Yeah, just under 30? Yeah, it's a popularity contest sometimes, I tell you.
Popularity contest. All right. We bring in Kendrick Perkins and Brian Windhorst, and two of our favorite NBA voices. Perk, you've been saying it all along. I got to give you credit. You have been beating this drum here on this network and especially on these NBA shows. Jaylen Brown deserves more credit. Yesterday, national stage, does it in LA. What do you make of Jaylen Brown and the term MVP attached to his name?
Well, he's number one on my list right now, and he's the best two-way player in the game today, and one could argue that he's the best leader. Everybody thought that they were going to tank and be looking for a lottery pick because of the injury of Jason Tatum, but Jaylen Brown has silenced a lot of doubters, and he's proven that you could build, and he's a franchise guy that you could build around. What he displayed last night and what the Celtics did last night was show that they're legit. They're the most dangerous team in the Eastern Conference because they have no expectations and they're playing with house money at this point.
Yeah, and they have been a blast to watch. Wendy, we bring you in here. Obviously, the elephant in the room is Jason Tatum because he's been out all season, but now we're starting to hear that he's starting to practice. We don't have many details. What do you got on Tatum's return?
Yeah, well, it's only the biggest question probably open in the NBA right now because obviously if Tatum comes back to any level that we're used to seeing, it's a game-changing move. But the Celtics are purposely trying to keep expectations at zero. Returning from an Achilles injury is not linear. There's an incredible amount of strengthening that has to go into that leg. He has been playing 5-on-5. He has been participating in practice, but they are not going to go anywhere near a timeline for him. He did just release the first episode of a 5-part documentary that he's been doing over the last year on his recovery. I don't think he lets that out there if he doesn't think there's a reasonable chance he can get back, but I don't think you're going to see the Celtics commit to anything. But they are setting the stage for him to get there to return. Like you talk about Jaylen Brown, they moved Peyton Pritchard to the bench. He had a brilliant game off the bench yesterday. He's had been one of the best bench players in the league since he moved to that role just after the trade deadline. Look at these numbers coming off the bench. He had 30 yesterday on 6 of 9 from three-point range. It's been incredible. So they have set this up for Tatum to come back, but you will not see any pressure applied.
I love we have a Peyton Pritchard graphic. I don't think anybody had that before this season, but he's been stepping up, right? Rightfully so. Guys, we're going to get back to you in just a second.